Hi, hope you're having a good holiday weekend. Okay, so we've been talking on the boards and playing around with the idea of saving some of the presets that you have, right? Like you get a combination that you really like, and when you save the patch and you bring it back in, everything's reset to just kind of the default values. Like make your hair, pull your hair out sometimes. So there's that issue, and then there's the issue of saving all of the files you need to give it to somebody else so they can see the same content. Okay, so let's start by looking at the preset issue. There are a couple of commands that are called pattr, P-A-T-T-R, and there's a whole system for saving presets, but I think an easier approach for us to use just getting started is something they've added on called Snapshots. Okay, so I've got a patch here somebody sent in for homework. So they've got grabber. Here I am. Hello, hello, hello. Grabbing the camera. And that video is going into some kind of processing. So I tossed in my own processing and then out to the viewer. Okay. But on the other side, we've got some loops playing. And they get gain controlled and sent out to my speakers. But then they also come into our new audio to Visi patch. And this outlet we see says audio rendered as Visi data. So those signals can then come over to these control inlets and control the knobs on my feeder. Okay, so got some settings here. I've picked the camera that I like. Let me lock this up. I've picked the camera that I like. I think I could make it look normal mode or reverse it. I'm gonna just put that in reverse mirror mode. I like playing this whole loop here, so I'm gonna leave that set to the full length. I think I'll bring the volume maybe up a little bit from here so you all can hear it. Now I put in an object here that says multiply space 4, okay, because the numbers that were coming out of here just weren't moving. I have them going into this feedback knob and they weren't moving it quite enough, so I multiplied it by 4 so the numbers would be bigger. So let me show you where we are. Okay, the numbers coming in are like 0.2s. The numbers after they get multiplied are up like sometimes as high as 1, right? Bigger than 1. So the knob's going crazy, right? Before it was just moving a little, right? So there I've got my kind of effect happening. I say, okay, I like that. That's working for me. Let me remember that. Let me remember all those settings for bleed and gain and the volume control and everything. And I come over to the snapshot, right? Click on that. And I've done some of these already, but I'm going to add a new snapshot and I'm going to call it, let me get in here, change the name, rename it. Good start. Okay. Then I'm going to come back and say, you know, really I have another camera that's, oh, not the live streamer. I got the camera built into the Microsoft machine, right? It's not flipping, but it should. Let's see, I could also drop the volume down some. I think I'll take loop off and just run this once. Oh, you know what? Because I'm recording, it's not doing a good job flipping cameras. So let's leave that. Asking it to do too many things at the same time. So if I run, is that you? Is that you? I don't get much sound out. Maybe I need a little more sound than that, huh? There, a little whisper of sound, and kind of flickers in. Let's see if we bang this pitch control up, what happens there. Yeah, I like that combination. Good combination there. Okay, so I've just got that happening. Let me take a snapshot of that. Okay, and that one I'm going to rename Whisper, is that you? Okay, so if I come back to this guy, I can now run my old memory. Okay, so the volume popped up and right, we had this guy. If we switch over to here, to this snapshot, right, we're back to a lower volume. Let's see if we can watch that happen. There's the gain just jumped, right? And now on this snapshot, the gain volume is back down. And I could change any of these parameters and have it remember them if, and here's the trick, here's why we kind of put off talking about all this, if you set that first. So for every object, let's go into the gain and look at it in the inspector. We have to come down to the parameter and say parameter mode enable so that the snapshot can remember it. Okay, I did the same thing on playlist. So we picked the playlist object, yep, parameter mode enabled. But for every object on the screen that's has some user interface quality to it, we have to come in, set that parameter mode enable guy, and then you can use the screenshot system, the snapshot system. Okay. There they are. I had to click in here. And there they are. Okay, so this one is a little good start. This one drops the volume and changes settings on the playlist. So